Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Something exciting this morning. Of course, you know when I say exciting, it means it's something probably growing in the garden in the backyard. Let's go ahead and take a look at that really quick. We don't want to miss this event. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Well, you know we're doing the dragon fruit back here. The dragon fruit. Oh, by the way, I want you to see this. Look at the blossoms up here. And this isn't the plant right here that we've been getting the dragon fruit from. It's the one back over in the corner. But that's really what I came back here to show you. Is I think this is the day before the grand opening, the blossoming of. But this is kind of weird because what we have here. Let me get to the other side so you can see it better with the sun. You see here, this is the dragon fruit. I think this is the morning before the morning that it opens. Remember, when this opens, this will only be open for just a few hours and then it will go away. We'll never see it again because the flower will develop into the fruit. So anyway, I want you to see this. I wish I would have showed you this yesterday because the transformation is so huge and so fast. Well, anyway, this is what it looks like today. Tomorrow morning, we will come out bright and early for the main event. If we can get this when it first does its first blooming, it's blossoming, it's opening up tomorrow morning. Now we are into day 3 after putting down the fertilizer, which was that organic fertilizer made up of the rice hull and the chicken manure. Already you can see the grass is getting greener here. Let's go out in the front yard. And we'll do steady updates until everything is the same color green. Let's go look at the front yard and see the effect that it's doing on the front yard. So the other day we came out here and there were some green spots, and you can still see them because we're only day 3 into putting down the fertilizer, and you can still see remnants, these little black spots that are all over here. I didn't break it down well enough, but it will break down over time. But those really green spots where the dogs made their mark inside here, they are slowly blending into the green here. So again, this is only day 3. I expect about 1 to 2 weeks, and everything will be the same color. So we'll keep monitoring this because you keep asking, what is the effect of that natural fertilizer that's made up of the rice hull and the chicken manure? What is it going to do to your yard? And probably the next time this needs a cut. I'm going to wait until all the fertilizer breaks down and gets down to the ground level before I cut this area back here. Let's do a quick banana update. Now, of the banana plants that we have on Bahay Kubo Island back here, we don't have any blossoms yet at this time. Remember, we already pulled the bananas off of this one, and that's the Cavendish over there, and this is the Lantundan. Now, I don't see any blossoms here, but neither of these 2 larger ones here have blossomed yet, so we're keeping these here. The one that was over here on this side, it blossomed. We pulled the bananas off, and those were the really small. It looked like there was like about 50 of those really tiny bananas, and they were so sweet, and they had like a citrusy taste to it. But what I want to show you is on John's lot behind us, where I donated bananas for him. And I also donated bananas for Corey on the other lot over there. I don't have any blossoms yet, but I want to show you what's going on behind the Bahay Kubo over on John's lot. Now back here, behind our house on John's lot, again, you remember he asked me to plant all these banana plants, and look at the papaya. Look at the papaya that's growing right here. This is actually, look at there. Look at the size of these papaya here. I'm waiting for them to turn a little bit of a color. Pick some of these, but not yet. So anyway, bananas. That's what we came back here to talk about. Now, all of these banana plants, every one of these banana plants here, are Lantundan or Cavendish. Some of the most desirable bananas in the Philippines. Okay, so here, this one right here. I want you to see already bananas right here. We're kind of in the way of the sun. Let's see if we can go around where it's easier to see. Maybe get a better Okay, so yeah, this is better. Look at the bananas here. So this one is already producing, and it's going to be very soon. We'll develop this a little bit bigger, and we'll cut this off. Now this is Lantundan. This is the smaller banana variety right here. This is not the Cavendish. Oh, and we have right here, the one right next to it, you can see these are the blossoms that are falling off. And very soon, we will be cutting off this blossom right here and allowing the bananas to develop as well on this plant here. Now, these are all the banana plants I put on Corey's lot. He has a lot of them, but they're growing at a slower rate than what is over on John's lot. I got to get rid of this one. This is a male. This is a male papaya. I'm not really sure how much it helps with cross-pollination to the female papaya, but I got to get rid of this one. I made a mistake and I planted several. As a matter of fact, this is a male papaya also. If you see these long stems here, and we'll take these out. I have some really good, very high-quality papaya seedlings that we'll replace them with over on Corey's lot. But you see, now these are the two that I told you earlier that the reason these are stunted is because when the sun goes from the east over there over to the west, the house shades this area right here. And banana plants love the afternoon to early evening sun. They really gain a big benefit from that. So none of these yet have bananas, but probably I'm going to say in the next 6 months we'll have lots of bananas on all of these. I kind of briefly want to talk about mahogany trees. You see these are mahogany trees, and these are really desirable here inside the Philippines, mainly for the value of their wood. The wood, they wait until they get about this size right here, and then they cut these down, and they make furniture. They make things like doors and window frames. A good thing about mahogany is resistant to termites and also moisture, so they work good. But they also sometimes do this. If you plant them too close to a sidewalk, you'll see what they do is they'll crack the cement. Not a good thing. But what I wanted to talk about today is we already talked about mahogany trees earlier in one of the earlier videos. How mahogany trees, they make a mess in February and March, around February and March, and they drop, all the leaves fall, I mean everywhere, and they make quite a mess. And the leaves look, well, these are the remnants of the leaves right here. When they clean the street and they kind of blow it up into the lots that don't have houses on it, this is what they look like there. And they make a mess. Can you imagine all this, almost as thick as you see right here, covering the entire street? Well, that's the end of February, early March for the falling of the leaves. Then we go into what's kind of like a spring segment where they start dropping all of these. Let's see if you can see down here. You see all this stuff right here. And they make a mess. It's like spring in the U.S., pollinization, and I imagine the pollen content out here is pretty high right now. But they drop all these little things right here. And they're dropping as I'm sitting right here. Now this corner, and this is the backside of where the Bahay Kubo is over here on Bahay Kubo Island. This area right here is one of the areas that I worked with the other day where I put the rice hull and the chicken manure. The rice hull will act like a preservative of the moisture inside the ground, sort of like a bedding, a mulch, and it will also help keep some of the moisture inside there below the top layer. And the chicken manure will act as a fertilizer back here, as we talked about in the last few days. I want you to see I have some red palms, and if you want something for a nice screening, once it gets to a certain height, but this is slow growing, but over the years, if you start early, you'll have a beautiful screening with some beautiful plants. And these are the red palms here. We have them all over. And you see the red palm gets its name from the red portion of right here on the actual palm leaf itself. Now we have 5, I think, back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the small one right over here. This doesn't get a lot of water. We have a pop-up sprinkler back here, right there, and it gets this area really well, but it just doesn't make it over there. So I find that I have to do some manual watering over here. But this will make, since this is the road is out there, you can probably see. Once these have grown and start getting a little wider and taller, this will make a beautiful screen in this part of the yard. Now, a lot of the plants that we have back here are actually gifts from you, subscribers. Normally, you're in the area and you stop by and drop off a plant now and then. And a lot of the plants that we have here, a lot of the trees that we have, a lot of the plants are from you guys. Case in point are these aloe vera plants right here from one of our subscribers that we haven't heard from in a while. I think they're building up in Laguna, Calamba Laguna area. These are aloe vera here, and they were given to us by our friends Sean and Jane Pascali. Thank you guys for these. They're actually doing really well. And one good thing about the aloe vera, if you have these in your yard, it's a natural medicine. I'm going to cut into this. I used this yesterday. I had some bug bites, and I rubbed this on, and it's almost like a natural medicine. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand. But anyway, here's the gel. You see the gel inside here? And then you could take this gel, and you can put this gel on the affected area. As a matter of fact, I got a couple of mosquito bites. Much better. So anyway, I have some mosquito bites, or mainly this is good for burns. If you burn yourself, ointments are made with aloe inside, and these help. There's other things that you can do depending on the variety of aloe that you plant inside your garden. Some of these are actually consumable. You can make drinks from them, and you can do several things with it. But you have to make sure, because some of them are poisonous and some of them are non-poisonous. So you have to do your research to find out which ones you can actually, if you're going to consume, make sure you consume the good stuff. Now, before we close today's episode, I would just like to do a warm thank you to some visitors that we had here yesterday. Occasionally, from people who are watching My PI Dream, especially many Filipinos who moved abroad, whether it be in North America or in Europe or in Southwest Asia, wherever around the world. Many of them watch the videos and from our vlog here, and after seeing it, they start getting homesick, and they're like, I think it's time to return home. Yeah, isn't it? Don't we see that? We see that a lot. And yesterday we were visited by a very kind man and his mother. The man flew all the way from Chicago, Illinois, in the USA. And one of the main reasons was to come out here and look at properties in our neighborhood. Or some of the people aren't even from the Philippines, and they come and they're like, I want to retire in the Philippines after watching some of the videos from us and other vloggers here inside the country. Well, anyway, yesterday we were visited by a very nice young man who left, and he moved to Chicago, Illinois, and he's been there for quite a long time. And I think what he wants to do is he wants to set up a retirement home for his mom and dad and some of his sisters. So they came out after watching My PI Dream, and they said, this is the community we want to live in. Now, the wonderful folks that came and visited us yesterday, his name, the one from Chicago, his name is Jay. I think it goes by Jay, but I think it's JV.
Yes.
JV. And his wonderful mother assisted him on looking at properties here, and her name is Mary Lou. So I want to thank you guys for coming and visit. It was a very nice visit. Hope you guys enjoyed looking at some of the properties over here. Anyway, I just wanted to get a quick video out today because of the upcoming event with the dragon fruit. Did you see? You didn't see the dragon fruit this morning, have you?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I got to take it back there. I got to show you.
God,
It's like within hours of getting ready to do that beautiful blossom bloom.
Okay.
I think it's going to be in the morning. I don't know if it's in that state, if it'll be later on today, because I think it's a morning bloomer. But we'll find out, and we'll confirm if that's the case. I'm going to keep an eye on that.
I'm glad you wake up. You woke up early this morning.
But it's not there. I think tomorrow morning is going to have to be the early wake up. Because I want to show you. I want to be out there tomorrow morning just as it opens. So maybe get up before the sun comes up.
Okay.
Or if it does it today, then we're gonna miss the event. Or I will try to capture it this afternoon. But I think it's only a morning. If I remember correctly, one of our neighbors here in the subdivision, he also has dragon fruits inside his yard. I believe he told me it's only a morning. It's only a morning bloomer for the one time that it blooms before it actually creates the fruit. Well, so that's why we did today's video, because I went to see, because we're within hours, literally hours of that.
Dragons wake up early in the morning.
Dragons wake up. Yeah, I think dragons do wake up early in the morning. Okay, well, that's about it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. Please share. And if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right-hand side of your screen. You'll be subscribed and notified the next time we upload a new video. So until such time from right here in the Philippines, you have a wonderful and blessed day. If you enjoyed today's episode and you would like to see more just like these, just click on one of the helpful links over to your right and you might be able to pick up on some good information on DIY projects, how to, or if you are interested in moving to the Philippines and building, you'll find answers there as well.